중시, 대남면, 대남면, 아이, 대남면, 용창미, 용창미.
Hair, fold, toppers, out of the topper. Preparation room is probably not going to.
It's okay. You're working?
Or monthly. Once a month. Check that.
See, actually, I had here the braces, but I asked my dentist to remove it. Huh?
Better check first.
Yeah, I have to visit her first because
Where?
Or what we call structure. Then we have what we call listening and reading. Comprehension. These are the parts of the CBT test which you're going to take if you're going to take the CBT program. Now, like I told you yesterday, we have what we call the CBT program or the paper base. Okay, and each of these also have the same, but the only difference is that CBT would take at least 2 to 3 hours to take, while the paper base is within only 2 hours. Maximum hours if you're going to take the paper base. But CBT is what we call a computer-based program which is adaptive. You know what that means?
Yeah. Adapt.
Yeah. So therefore, if you are like say you're level 1, is and you answer the wrong. Let's say the question is, who is your mom? When you are listening, then if you couldn't answer that question, the question would be shifted to a much more easier question than the first one that you answered. So basically, that's what adapted means. Now, of course, in English, there are different kinds of tests that you're going to take if you probably wanted to study in the States. Now, if you're going to take TOEFL, this is the first step of entering college levels or even just high school. They usually make this in the States as a requirement. But aside from the TOEFL, there's also another test what we call, and which was more familiar to you, I guess. Normally, it's more required in Asian countries, the TOEIC.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know what TOEIC means?
Test of English.
International communication. Like what's in sample for TOEFL, test of English as a foreign language, right? So what is the difference between these two? Basically, they're all both in English, but the problem is their focus. What do they test? So each of these tests are specialized and standardized for able to partly be able to test the proficiency of this particular test taker if they're okay or not okay. If they're able to survive the academe or not to survive the academe. Normally, I heard, so which I'm not sure, but TOEIC supposed to be is for the academe, or what we say academic before, a requirement. But nowadays, I guess in the companies, most Korean companies, which especially are multinationals, they like this as a requirement, right? Basically, that. So that's why, what was your last time? Do you have already take 990? You already have the 900 score? That's a perfect score, right?